What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's quest, Angel of Destiny. Today I'm going to be showing you my standard renewal Angel Vito deck. I've been trying to shoot this video for you for countless moons and it's been delayed. I issued a contest. I said if you can beat my deck that I haven't shown you yet, then I'm going to show you the fastest build that I can, and whoever wins is going to get VIP. Did I get beat? I have tested several different decks. This is the build here for Dragon. Dragon's build had Angel, Vito, Cauldron's Gift, Black Market, Brokos to give double strike, Shadow Spear, Staggering Insight, Mythos. Thank you for this. Mythos is something I've added. Piper of the Swarm and Unbreakable Bond. I've seen some versions run, I forget what it's called. There's a little elf or fairy that flies around and does it. And the challenge with this build is it's slow. We're waiting on Black Market stuff to die. Brokos, if you do give your creatures, if you mutate your creatures with Brokos, it gives them Berserk, so it winds up getting, but not Trample. So it just kills a creature with first strike and then it stops. But that delays the game. We wind up taking extra turns. Unbreakable Bond, I tried running a build with Unbreakable Bond to try to throw things in the graveyard to bring it back. Piper of the Swarm, I don't get. I don't understand why it's in the build. Maybe I'm playing it wrong, but I don't get it. But the VIP card here is Cauldron's Gift. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. Another build that I wound up experimenting with was by Skydrix. All right, so in this build, we wind up seeing Angel of Destiny, Vito. We do Idyllic Tutor, Celestial Archon. Basically, we're using Idyllic Tutor to go pull like Celestial or some of the other non-creature spells. I didn't like it as much for running it because it wound up, I found that in times of need, if I needed to get something off of their side of the board, I'd wind up getting stuck with having something in here. But again, you're seeing Mythos of Nithroy. I'm going to show that fully in the build that I have here. And a Castle Locked, any kind of wait and ramp with mana, like Black Market or Castle Locked, any of those strategies, all that they're doing is delaying getting the actual thing done, which is get Angel on the board. The whole objective, the whole key to winning with an Angel build, any Planeswalker you're using, but especially Vito, or with Sorrin rather, or Black-White, you got to get to Angel, get her on the board as quickly as possible, and let her wreak havoc. That's it. That's all that you need to do. So that said, so this is my build. This is Vito, Angel. Cauldron's Gift is the MVP. If you're running a black deck and you do not run Cauldron's Gift and you're creature-based, you have some type of epic creature you want to get out quickly, this is the card for you. Cauldron's Gift, 9 mana, spell card, Adamant Black. Destroy the top 5 cards of your library. Pick one of the first 2 creature cards from your graveyard. Move that card to play under your control. As easy as that. The goal is to have this in your hand and a black plus any other match, so that you can get a total of 9 mana, so that you can put 5 cards in your graveyard, so that you pull 2 creatures back from it, and hopefully one of those is Angel, you put her on the board, and winning ensues. Hagra's Mauling, 10 mana for a land-forming spell card while it's in your hand. If your opponent controls a land support, this card cost is reduced by 3, which later game, cool, early game, charge it up, hold it in your hand, make sure you're doing a horizontal swap so you can get your land forming, but target creature is wiped off the board, helps you keep control. Titan's Nest is a card that I run just to feed the graveyard. You'll see why here in a minute. I feed the graveyard so I can use it. I didn't like Titan's Nest earlier, but the more I've played with it in this build, the more I like it. I think it's a very flexible mana gain card in black. Black doesn't have really any way of ramping right now, and Titan's Nest does that for you. If you're not running Reanimator, if you're not bringing creatures back from the graveyard, but let's be honest, if you're doing black, you really should be because that's its strength. Come on. But if you're not, this gives you an instant form of mana generation. Sure, it takes a bit to charge up the 12 mana here for the stored mana cost, but it's 8 mana to cast, red, blue, green, support card enchantment. At the beginning of your turn, destroy the top 4 cards of your library. So every turn, you're putting 4 in the graveyard. At the end of your turn, you may exile up to the first X cards from your graveyard. If you do, the first card in your hand, just the first card, gains mana equal to the number of cards exiled this way. So important note, those cards are exiled regardless of how much mana you need. If you have 12 as the stored mana, they're wiping 12 from your graveyard and you can only get 1. Tough noodles, that's what you get. The X is this card's stored mana. I actually really like this card, but I don't try to store it up. I go 8 mana, and if I get 9, it's hitting the board. If it's asking me to get out there, because my real objective is to get as many cards into the graveyard as I possibly can. If I can't get a black swap for my Cauldron's Gift, then it's feeding creatures into the graveyard. I'm still able to do it no matter what. One of the first 2 creatures that are already in there. So if that's putting them in there, that works. But the real reason we like to do it is for Deathless Knight. I really like this card a lot. It gives haste. Another big challenge that black does not have right now, and black-white specifically. Well, white has some, but black is really just dry for haste giving creatures. And so if you can't give haste to your creatures, it's important your creatures already have haste. Deathless Knight is one of them. I like this card a lot. 12 mana, it's an uncommon, 5/3, haste, Skeletal Knight. Whenever you gain 8 or more life, if this creature is in your graveyard, return it to the battlefield, regardless of how many of them there are. So if you have 15 in your graveyard, or 4 or 5 of them, if you gain 8 life in a turn, which this deck is very good at doing, these guys all hit the board with haste. So if they can hit the board and it doesn't glitch, which I've had it do, they can attack the same turn they come in, and often it can win the game for you. Drown in the Lock is a removal spell that doesn't always remove, but it actually puts cards into the graveyard. If you have another way of getting creatures into the grave, or cards into your graveyard, this might be a good one for it. I've fiddled with Gyruda here, but I found that Drown in the Lock's that extra sometimes removal, especially for tokens, which there are a lot of running rampant in the meta right now. This card works really, really well. Otrimi the Ever Playful. We want creatures in our graveyard. So Otrimi, for 14 mana, is a 6/6 creature nightmare beast with mutation. Destroy the first 3 different creature cards from your library. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's planeswalkers, return the first creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It gains full mana. Why I like Otrimi in the mutate section is because it doesn't need to mutate other cards to fire off its mutate ability. So if you mutate a creature, then it does that thing. If it is on the board just by itself, it does the thing. So if there's creatures in your graveyard and it's on the board, it can still go do its thing. Very, very important, because we want to put those cards in our hands. Ideally, I'd like to mutate my Angel so she has double strike. I don't need to bring other creatures out. She just winds up winning the game with as a 10/10, swinging for 20, then taking half your life, gaining that life. Now, Mythros of Nethroi is a critical card in this build. 8 mana, destroy the opposing creature with the highest cost. Non-target destruction, very important in today's meta. You got Gaia's Revenge out there. It doesn't matter, Gaia, you're the biggest, you get got. So that's what that does. But if you do Adamant, green, or white, white is in our color spectrum, so we want to use white, then destroy an opposing support with the highest cost. That includes, I believe that includes Vanguards, and I'm pretty positive it does Vanguards. And so this card is really important against Hixus, or with the other one that winds up freezing you down. Hate those cards, but they're so annoying if you can't get them out of there. You'll notice I'm not running like a Ruinous Ultimatum, and the reason is because it's just too expensive. It costs so much to get Ruinous out. You don't have 3 turns to wait. This can be done in 1 turn with 1 black or white swap. You can wind up getting 8 mana to be able to cast this. Plus, if you use white mana, it's actually not just taking a non-targeted creature, it's also taking out one of their enchantments or one of their supports on the board. This next card is a flex. This is a new card. I'm flexing because I got it, number 1. And I'm also flexing it because I don't know that this card is absolutely the most important here. 13 mana for Nissa of Shadowed Boughs. So landfall, this support gains 1 shield for her, just her static ability. Her +1 is target creature you control gets +3/+3 and gains menace until end of turn, then convert 3 gems to that creature's colors. So if I have a black creature like Deathless Knight, I give it +3/+3. Or I have, for example, I have Angel on the board. I want to beef her up to 8/8. She swings for 16. Another trick, though, the synergy here is that when she gets to 8 and she attacks and she gains life for 8, that triggers the Deathless Knight. It's not stacked. It's not in a turn. It's in 1 whack. So this allows your Angel to swing for that whack. Or if you have 2 creatures on the board and you have Vito on the board and you use your first ability for Sorrin, that gives you +8. That triggers. Everything is good from there. Now, 0. Return the first creature from base with base power X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield under your control. It gets +X/+X. X is this support's shield, then this support loses all of its shields. Now, here's the kicker. This is 4, so I'm plussing, giving my creature strength, and as soon as I can, every chance I get, I'm checking the 0, the ultimate trigger, because I want to bring those creatures from my graveyard if I don't have Angel on the board yet. If I do have Angel on the board, I'm just going to keep pumping her up so that I can go do maximum damage, gain maximum life, do half damage, etc. But if I have no Angel on the board and she might be in my graveyard, I'm constantly spamming that 0 to see if I can trigger bringing it out. And it works a lot faster than you'd think. It's a great ability. With that said, let's go take it for a spin. The gameplay here in the opening hand is to have Cauldron's Gift. You want to have Cauldron's Gift in your hand along with Vito and any other card that's in here, preferably like a Hagra's Mauling or maybe a Mythos of Nethroi. And you want to cast Cauldron's Gift, get enough of a landfall so you can get Vito on the board, and that way by turn 3, you're winning. I've done this multiple times, but very consistently with a turn 4 with Vito on the board. By turn 4 or 3, you wind up just winning the game. It's kind of stupid. Let me show you. All right, so here we are against Nissa, and in our hand we have Cauldron's Gift, Mythos of Nethroi, and then Vito. So we want to move Vito up to our second play, and we want to look for a double drop. We want to get black and any other mana swap. Right here is where this happens to be. So we're actually going to go here and see if we can get everything to combine in, and it's a turn 1 Angel. Hi, Angel. Hello, Angels. And immediately, turn 1, we take half their life. Let's see what they can drop. Ooh, they get a Gyruda. That's good. They put more stuff in our graveyard for you. Thank you. And so now we want to actually have this here, and we want to get Vito on the board now. So I am going to play this. That goes half. And if we play our cards right, this is turn 3. And we want to get Vito on the board. We're just going to go there. Get Vito on the board. We do 5 damage, 5 damage, half. So turn 4 win. If they don't wipe the board. Let's see. Okay. Good game. Doesn't even matter. Just swap. So, turn 1 Angel, turn 4 win. Beat that. All right, so here we go against HEATLEY number 2. Let's see what we got in our hands. We've got an Angel right out the gate, and we've got a Titan's Nest. Now, you might be thinking, Mr. Goz, why would you not try to get the Deathless Knight out as quickly as possible along with the Angel? Well, the reason is because I get more life, I get more creatures, I get more damage on the board from Titan Nest being on the battlefield feeding the graveyard than I do any other without it. So let's just go, you know, let's go here. Black and white, those are our triggers. Look at this. Look at this. Another turn 1, and I'm going to just say yes. Prime example. You got stored mana 1. You sure you want to do this? Confirm, baby boy. Put it on the board. Get that next turn, we're dropping cards into the graveyard. I'm going to show you what it does. And this is a perfect example of Hixus. This is a perfect example of Hixus. We actually want to get Vito on the board somehow. And we got to destroy this Hixus. It's terrible. All right, we're going to go here and see if he'll trick himself into doing it. I think he'll take it. We're going to say not now because we want all the stuff in the graveyard. There it is. That's what we do. That's how we handle a Hixus. That's how we fixes the Hixus. Yes. I'm a master of the lingo. All right, so we want to get that out. And frankly, I think we want to just do, let's just do this. Red drop. Anything else? No. We don't need to do anything else. Like, we don't need to do anything else except have Angel out, uninhibited, hitting face. And she wins like 5 turns. It's ridiculous. The most powerful creature in the game right now, hands down, bear none. Yeah, sure. More. You got anything else? Anything else? No? All right, so now we're actually going to go take Hagra's Mauling. Can I get a double drop? What is this? That's my Titan's Nest. I think we sacrifice. Yeah, we just do that. Bring him out. Bang. Bang. Good game. That's how it's done, folks. The fastest. Listen. As far as turns are concerned, let's go look at it. Let's take a gander at the battle log. So this was a turn 7, which means turn 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on my 4th turn, by turn 4, my turn 4, my 4th go, I'm winning. You got a faster deck? I challenge you. I challenge you, my friend, to put it to where I can see and test it to see if it's faster. Can you beat 3 or 4 turns, because this deck wins in 3 or 4 turns. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of green combo decks out there. They're going to say, I can do that. I'd like to see it. All right, here we are against Mr. Sorkin Pants, the Unbroken Butt, and Vito and Otremi. Those are the 2 biggest plays we want to get out. And we're actually going to go here. He doesn't play black, so I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. It's drowning the lock, but we want... Actually, we'll go here. I might get a red drop. Nope, but I will take that. Okay, cool. Cool. And there's Cauldron's Gift. I'm going to play Cauldron's Gift if I can. I want to double go. Partially... Yeah, I think I'm going to go there. Okay, that brings that up. But on my next black swap, you'll notice I didn't go with black because I wanted to get out. I wanted to charge it up as much as possible. Now when I go black, I'm able to actually fetch the card from the graveyard as much as I'd like. There it is. Angel gains the life. Vito deals double the damage. We're at full health. We take half the life. Bada boom, bada bing. It's a beautiful thing. And Naya's Revenge. So now, what is her name? Gaia's Vengeance. I always forget its silly name because I hate that card. Everybody hates that card. Let's try out Drown in the Lock. Let's see if that works. Now, first and foremost, we're going to do Vampiric Drain, which is our first ability, and you're going to notice Deathless Knight comes back to the board. What's up, dude? And once we have that, we have Otremi ready to go. And so we're going to, let's go, oh my goodness, let's go here. All right, we're going to mutate. We're going to put it on Angel of Death. We gain a double strike, so we get another creature that comes on the board because she's bigger, gets that guy there, and we wind up winning. That's essentially how that works. So this is essentially how this deck is designed to run. And in this one, I think it was 5 turns. Let's take a look. Let's gander here. Battle log says, yeah, on our 5th go, we won. So 4 or 5 turns is what we're averaging here. Now, this is not a tier A deck, all right? This isn't a tier 1 deck. Because this deck lacks a board wipe, it has a tendency to get overwhelmed and get behind. Because it doesn't have draw to draw you into the cards that you need to, it can get behind and it has a slow time coming up. It either wins right away, or it can, in the long, grindy kind of games, unless you get Knight out with Otremi on, or if you get Angel with Otremi on it, it doesn't necessarily pull it out all the time. Although I have a really ridiculous win rate with it, and it's one of my favorite decks to play with because of how fast it can win when it gets into the sloggy, really well-designed decks. Like I've seen some white decks now that are using some of the, I don't know, they're just hasty creatures. That's what lacks is. It lacks draw, it lacks really mana ramp, which Titans kind of helps with. And it lacks a massive removal that is easy to get to. It's a tier 1, not necessarily, or it's a tier 2, not necessarily a tier 1 deck, but it's right at the edge. If I can get some haste, if I can get some mass wipe that's a lot cheaper, or if I can get something that allows me to draw into it and create what we're looking for without losing the synergy that this has, it's very good. The Nissa of Shadowed Boughs, I think, is the flex card. So if I can get something that allows me to draw cards or allows me to mana ramp. One thing right now in red that just came out with a PMV deal, which is it's 3 mana for 6 mana. You get 3 mana and it gives you 6. That's just free mana. That's brilliant. Plus it does a bunch of other stuff. That's got to go into the red decks. And I'm hoping with the new PMV stuff that comes out, I'm hoping that they're going to give us more stuff. For black next, black or white, I would take, please, baby, please, so I can throw it into this deck because I think this deck is right on the cusp. Now, my challenge to you, my friend, can you beat this deck? Can you do better than this? Can you do better than a turn 4 or 5? On average, this deck is winning around turn 7, turn 9. So with that said, and when I say turn 7, I literally mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to where it gets to 7. So that means our 4th or 5th go, this deck wins. Can you beat it? All these others have tried. Dragon and some of you guys, I mean, I'm giving you my tip of the hat because I appreciate you guys entering the contest. And I almost gave it to one of you because I saw how close you were and how much I appreciated it. Because you gave me Mythos of Nethroi. I didn't have that in this deck before I had another Reanimator deck. But then I wound up finding myself getting stuck against support-based decks. And that card made a big difference. So this is the final build for me. You got better than that? You think you can do better than this? Comment below. Show me your deck. Wait. Show me your Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest deck that can beat this with black and white. I'd prefer it's with Sorrin, but if you don't got him, you got Daxos. Do it. Beat this. I have VIP waiting for you to take advantage of it. Couldn't beat me. Couldn't take the VIP. And this is the deck that winds up doing it. With that said, my friends, I appreciate you. I know you could be anywhere in the world. You're choosing to spend this time with me here. I'm trying to get these videos out the best I can. But my business and all of the things I'm doing right now are so jam-packed. This is the busiest time of year for me. I appreciate you sticking with me. And more importantly, if there's videos that you want me to build, cards you want me to wrap around, I will do that. My next focus is to go get enough gold so I can go get the Mox Ruby. I want to do that in my next video. I'm really excited to get that card. At any rate, I appreciate you. Till our next quest, my friends, swords up.